Welcome to yet again another episode of Unghetto Stories. Thank you so much to Portell for sponsoring this episode, and let's get right into it. With me here, I have my amazing friend, no other than Aria.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. I feel like we kind of go like a year or so, like a year and a half or a year or two back when we met each other. And
Wait, where did we meet? I think it was at Claudia's party.
Yes. Claudia, by the way, is also another model. So she was having this event and we just clicked right away. And I believed we bonded over the fact that you were American.
Yeah.
You know, like you lived there. And
exactly.
I was like, girl.
Exactly. And now we're reconnected. So hopefully we get to hang out some more.
Definitely. So going back on your American, journey, like tell me, like, what's the background between, that side of you? Like, tell me a little bit of background of yourself so that people get to know you a little bit.
Of course. Well, so basically my mom's American and my dad is Polish. Wow. And my dad moved to America when he was about 21.
Okay.
And after a few years, he met my mom and they fell in love there. And my mom came to Poland in the 90s. She was like, there's probably nothing here. She was a little bit worried because of like all of the stuff that she heard about Poland because, it was right after communism and stuff, but she actually loved it. And even though my parents actually split when I was 1 year old, she stayed here and she's been here for like 31 years total.
Wow.
Yeah. So she loves Poland and it's like her home right now. And so my mom's American. She's from Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
I don't really...
It's cold there.
No.
Oh, like in the winter time?
It's like the perfect 4 seasons.
Okay.
But no, I would say it's actually pretty warm. And like, even if it snows, the weather is perfect. It's always sunny. Okay. And so my mom, she's adopted. So I don't really know her origin. We need to do some kind of DNA test.
DNA test. Oh, that would be something fun to do on your YouTube.
Yeah.
Aria also has a YouTube channel. Well, let the people know a little bit.
But it's a Polish guy.
Many talents.
Yes, thank you.
You're a girl of many talents. You sing, you're acting. Wait, tell me also, where did your singing come from? Like, I remember like listening to one of your clips on Instagram. Like, oh, she can sing. Okay, girl.
Well, actually, I was singing, thank you, ever since I was a child. So from whenever I can remember, ever since I could walk, talk, breathe, basically, I would be always screaming my lungs out.
And they're like,
in
let's
the house.
get her a mic.
No, they were like, let's get her to shut up because this is just annoying.
Oh my days. But which of your parents has the singing abilities, or where do you think that stems from?
Actually, no idea. Oh God. I'm sorry to say, but my parents are not talented in a musical way. But they have many other talents, but I don't know where this actually came from. Yeah.
Oh, maybe from grandparents.
I don't know. No idea. Because I need to do a DNA test.
You have questions for your mom.
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn, I'm adopted. Now you want me digging into...
No, I'm not adopted. She's adopted.
Yes.
Me? I hope not.
No, that would be too much. No, I'm just saying that she's like, oh my God, now I have to go digging and stuff. My daughter wants to find out more. But yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I love that. So what time or at what age did you move back to Poland? It says you were 1, right?
I mean, no, actually I was born here in Poland, in Warsaw, actually, even though for most of my life I lived in Krakow.
Okay.
And my parents decided to raise me here because it's safer, because there's no gun culture, because the education is better. So they just decided that this is a much safer environment for me to grow up and for me to be also smarter.
Shots fired to the Americans, but no, you're American, so hey, you can say that about your own people.
No, I'm not saying Americans are stupid or anything like that. I would never say that. But I must say that, like, when I lived in America, so basically I lived in America when I was about 3 or 4 as a child.
Right.
The rest of the time in Poland, and when I went back to America when I was 19, after I finished school, because I wanted to see whether I want to live there and
study your uni there.
Exactly. And besides, it's different to go there, for holidays, and it's different to live.
Right.
But I could definitely tell, unfortunately, a difference between, just basic education and knowledge about the world, like what it looks like here in Poland, and unfortunately what it looks like in America. Of course, I met also very intelligent American people, but unfortunately, many people that were even way older than me, like 10, 20 years, they were just lacking basic knowledge about, I don't know, geography, history, the world.
They ask you where is Poland, okay. But in general, like some things in Europe, they are so like disconnected. They just, oh, you're true. That's good. Like, that's it. But you're right. I lived in, I've been to Miami and Texas a lot of times. And I remembered in Texas, the lady, when I was in my internship, that she asked me, so, wow, where is he from? Like, and I'm like, not only Americans, it's like other people do as well. So it was just very interesting. But with the whole political, like unsettling things going on there with gun violence, like you say, like, how is that like for your mom who has lived there a little bit as well? Did you ever like talk to her about this? And does she ever like tell you like, oh my God, it's always been this way, or it's something that just kind of started as of lately? Like,
well, no, I mean, in general, from my experience and also my mom, America's a lot less dangerous, to be honest. And I don't know what it is, but I have never in my life met more crazier people than in America. Like, for some reason, I had so many situations where people seemed very normal, and then out of nowhere, something weird like came out about them. And
you almost think, are you bipolar? I'm sorry, but yeah,
I don't know why.
Switch.
Yeah, and at least in Europe, if somebody just doesn't like you, they don't like you.
That's true.
There's like the bullshit comes out right away. And in America, people just put a smile on their face. They're kind of, unfortunately, sometimes not being honest. And you think everything's fine, and then you hear shit behind your back that something is actually wrong and that they don't like you. Wow. And at least in Europe, even though I know that some people don't like in Poland that people are colder and stuff like that, but at least they're straightforward and it's not confusing. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And maybe it is a little bit harder to build friendships, but I feel like these friendships are because we have like these etapy, znajomi, koledzy, przyjaciele, are steps in the relationship.
So you know which level you're on.
Exactly.
And how to act.
Exactly. So it takes longer to build a friendship in Poland, but I feel like it's a lot more solid. And if you actually make a friend, it's for much longer. And I feel like also the relationships are a lot more in depth. And in America, I feel it's like a little bit too much of like small talk. It's like how much small talk I do.
Right. Yeah. It's very on the surface level.
But I'm just talking in general, not about everybody, of course, but in general, that was my experience.
Yes. So, speaking of the whole like disparities between America and in Poland, what were like the culture shock for you? Because you've lived most of your life actually more so in
mostly in Poland
than in America. But what were the cultural shocks, or was it like what you've been telling me, like this switch in personalities out of nowhere, or there was something more that you're like, oh my God, in Poland we don't do this?
Well, there are pros and cons of both countries. So like some of the pros, let's talk about the pros for a second, is, for example, connecting with people is so much easier in America. Like, people come up to you every single day for no reason in the grocery store. They're just like, hi, how are you doing? And it's just so much easier to meet people, not online, but in real life. And I just love that.
And the way they speak, they're so polite. Even the young person, they'll address you as ma'am or no, please, thank you. And all of this.
Yes. So I definitely like that. And I also like the fact that dating in America is so much easier.
About that.
Just guys do not hesitate to be in their masculine energy, to make the first move. Yeah, they're straightforward. I like you. Let's go out to dinner. Be ready at this and this time. And that's what I like, because like in Poland, oh my God, it's just tragic. Like, it's like you have to be introduced by friends. Then they'll just like watch you online. And it'll be like chatting, and it's like freaking just like invite me to dinner
and on and on and on.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. That's the part that I just don't like. And but maybe again, that's it has its pros and cons, because I feel like in Poland, since the dating is a little bit slower and takes more effort,
people connect, people last longer.
Yeah, people last longer. And in America, unfortunately, the con is that people just like switch so quickly, and the dating is just like very intense, and people date several people at a time.
Right.
And it's just more casual, I would say.
More casual till it's something serious. And
exactly.
Wow, I like that. Also, moving to your singing, and like, have you ever been on any talent shows?
Oh my God, you have not checked my YouTube channel.
I feel like I know something of that sort, but I'm like, I don't want to jump the gun. So tell me a little bit of that, like growing up.
Yeah. I was on, oh my God, I almost said America's Got Talent. I know it's Poland's Got Talent. Yeah, I was on Poland's Got Talent when I was 15. And
I know The Voice, Poland, and Kids. But
yeah.
Do they still have it? It's still going?
Yes.
Oh.
But it was actually like one of my worst experiences, and like one of those traumatic experiences.
What so?
Because when I was, so I was 15, and I waited all my childhood to go into this show. It was like my biggest dream.
No way.
Yeah. And my parents were like, well, first you got to keep your grades up and stuff like that. You got to prove that you can go and stuff like that. So I did. And it was like the only time that I had good grades.
Motivation.
Yeah, exactly. And so I went there, and so I passed the first like round.
Audition.
That's not even showed on TV, but it's like behind the scenes, the part where you see like thousands of people. That's not showed on TV. And then I had the normal auditions that are already filmed. And the judge, Agnieszka Helińska, she was, the second I went on stage, after like waiting for 10 hours to be on stage, like I was already like exhausted, because I don't know why they didn't like set a time frame that this person and about this time. They made us wait all day, probably to drain us emotionally.
That's true.
And then when I went on stage, before I even could, show my talent, show my singing, she started commenting on how she doesn't like the way I look, and like, oh my God, 15 and you're wearing red lipstick, like what did you come here to seduce? And she like started commenting of how she just doesn't like the way I look, and how it's, I don't know, inappropriate, even though it was appropriate, because my parents would never let me go.
And they allowed you to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're a little bit American Polish, so maybe that's okay to try on your parents. I don't know.
But it was my big day. I wanted to look like a pinup girl. I did not have anything like, revealing. And it was, my 5 minutes. And the second that my favorite judge started, criticizing me, and there was, like, I don't know, 300, 400 people, all the cameras at me, I just felt so embarrassed and just...
You didn't cry.
And I did cry, because I was 15, feeling embarrassed, like my favorite judge, judging me without even, like, you shouldn't criticize somebody's, first of all, looks before they start performing. And besides, like, isn't this a talent show, not a modeling show? Like, I don't know.
So it's not based on the appearance.
Exactly.
And see what they have to offer before you make your comment.
And you're obviously going to stress out the person that's going to be performing and make them feel insecure. And especially at such a fragile time when I was 15. And I didn't have my shit together. Then I didn't have all my confidence.
Teenagers, everybody is trying to, like, feel or have their confidence, the little things they have, and doing that, it's just a no-no.
Exactly.
Leave the disciplinary to the parents.
And I did not feel confident at that time, because I had issues with my acne. So I was like insecure about that. So any comments about my looks were just, times 10 for me. So I started crying, and then they literally like barely let me, how to say, wipe off my tears. They didn't even let me go, I don't know, get a drink of water or go to my parents for a second, like nothing. Like I literally just wiped my last tear, and they're like, okay, we're playing the tape. And I'm like, well, how the hell am I supposed to sing well if I literally, have like this crying breath, you know what I mean? And so obviously I did not sing well, since I was literally just bawling my eyes out. And they're like, oh, you're not ready. They were like, basically that they weren't really too happy about it. But I was like thinking, well, this is not fair. Like, comment afterwards. But anyways, life's not fair, and the show has to go on, and they want drama. But I feel like, since also the judge Agnieszka Helińska had children, and from what I even know, I think from what I heard, she has like children of special issues. Like she should definitely be even more sensitive and sympathetic and empathic about, kids. And especially like, I think for anyone, everybody deserves respect. And I understand that it's an entertainment industry and things have to go on, but be entertaining. But, I think that those are things that do not show any class. And how the hell are we supposed to have talented people in our country that we promote if all we're doing is making them feel insecure? And like the only way to succeed is make an idiot out of yourself, on TV shows. So that was pretty traumatizing. I literally gave up singing for like a few years, and I was like, yeah, I
got really down. You're like, I'm never going back to singing.
Yeah, because I just felt embarrassed, and I was like, there must be some other way. And that's exactly later on why I decided to start my own social media and just like give it a shot and hope for the best, so that I just can get signed with like a music label or something and just don't need a TV show. Plus, exactly. And plus the TV shows, they take away like 90-80%
your percentage. Yes, everything. Sometimes it's usually better not to win most of these shows, just going there for the exposure, and that's it.
Well, going there for the exposure is good if you literally have no followers, in my opinion. But if you're already making money off your social media,
then you might not even.
I don't think it's a good idea. But everybody should do their own way.
Their own, yeah. It really depends also on the audience, let's say, because there are some people, they're like, oh, I have this kind of followers on my social media, but I like to be here to have this other, audience, or just to have it on their resume. Kind of like, oh, I performed there. You can Google me and see how I sounded.
Right, of course.
Yeah. But wow, what a story. I hope she learned from her mistakes. I feel like
she's done this to many people. I actually became best friends with my friend Alan because he...
Oh, I know Alan.
Yeah, he has the same experience. No. I treated him the exact same way.
Wow, so talented.
I don't know, maybe they just hate people that are confident in the beginning. And I don't know.
Maybe it rubs them off the wrong way. I don't know. Or they feel like if you want to be in the industry, you need to be tough and, don't think everything is given to you. But you're kids.
Well, he actually went as like a young adult. I think it was like 22, 23.
And they still...
Yeah, same. And I also have another friend, which I don't know if she's open about mentioning her name, so I won't. But she had the same exact experience. So hopefully
with the same person.
Yeah, with the same person. And so hopefully this...
Maybe it's a facade. Maybe she wanted to be like the American version of Simon.
I don't know. Whatever. But I just feel like... thank God this, but if somebody's really sensitive, this might just stop them from fulfilling their dreams. Thank God it didn't stop me, and I will not let anything stop me. But it still is traumatic, and it takes up a lot of your time. But then again, in order to succeed, you have to be tough. So I guess these kinds of experiences are also sometimes
they
good.
Break you down, but once you get on the other side, you just you're stronger, and nothing can get to you, because now you kind of know what to kind of sort of expect. Like,
true, but there are, like I told you, people that give up, that literally even have like depression afterwards. I don't know, have even suicidal thoughts after such like serious situations where they just feel traumatized because of this embarrassment in front of people, and everybody watching, their friends, family, and it will continue on following them for the rest of their life. This could be stressful. You never know.
For millions and thousands of people to keep watching.
Yeah, so you never know how somebody's going to be reacting.
Yes,
so
yeah, you're definitely right. We definitely need to be more cautious and pay attention to our words, because they are literally the sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Make or break someone. Well, going back to your acting, yes, you do some acting on some Polish channels and stuff. Tell us a little bit about that. When you were singing, were you sort of acting as well? Did acting come after, or how did your acting came about?
Okay, so like I said, I've been singing ever since I was a child.
Okay.
But I am not signed to any label currently.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been negotiating for the last few years actually, but I just don't want to sign something.
Sign a bad contract.
Exactly. And unfortunately a lot of artists do, so I rather be patient.
And you rather be independent, and But with the independency come a lot of costs that you incur from.
Yeah, I want to be signed with a label because exactly like you said, like I need somebody to organize a concert for me, concerts, and, you know, help with the whole thing. I can't do it alone. But then again, you know, I don't want to, just like many artists, be successful and have zero money and
be a slave to them, because literally you sign a contract and you need to keep going.
And those contracts are brutal, and they're only good for the label, and they give you no guarantee, and you're blocked for like 5 to 10 years. Like if you're lucky, 2-3, but that's very rare. So I just rather take my time, build up my social medias, and do things, you know, with my brain.
Brain and go steady. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion had similar issues as well. I think she just got out of this bad contract from last year, but it took her forever. A lot of Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes.
Yes, this you know, hip hop artist, and there've been many people. Tiana Taylor, the list goes on, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, because you see their talent and everything, and they're like, no, we're not earning that much, or we're barely earning anything,
and they have nothing to say.
Yes, or my label.
Nobody cares if they feel bad. Nobody cares if they're sick. It's like they're literally not even treated as a human.
And or they say my label isn't really pushing me like I should. I'm using most of my funds, but they're not willing to let me go. Like, why?
Yeah, like the music industry is actually the hardest industry when it comes to entertainment, I believe. So yeah, we'll see.
It's funny because you know, in modeling we have, you know,
also very tough.
Yeah, and I also hear with the acting recently, Taraji P. Henson, I'm not sure if you know her, she also came across like talking about payment disparity and how, you know, she's not paid her worth, and like when you earn this certain money, like after tax, it's like half of it, then the agency, then, you know, hair, makeup, and basically left with almost nothing. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's literally just exploiting the artist. Yeah, it sucks. So I've been singing. We'll see how it goes. Everybody's please keep your fingers crossed.
Yes.
And when it comes to my acting, so I've been an actress for almost 4 years.
You went to school?
No, I actually never wanted to be an actress.
How did that came about? A friend of you was like, girl, come, let's do something.
Well, basically, so there's this YouTuber, maybe you guys know him. He's called Ryan Socash.
Okay.
And he has also like a Polish-American YouTube channel. It's called Cult America. And actually, he was the CEO of one of like the biggest marketing agencies in Warsaw, Mediakraft.
Okay.
I know. Yeah. He like had, I think, a couple hundred, like I think around 1,000 channels that he was managing like back in the day, like 7-8 years ago when YouTube was like the biggest thing. Yeah, and I actually reached out to him on YouTube because I just wanted to cross and do some kind of American Polish video.
Yes.
But I didn't think he was going to respond because at the time I had 20,000 subscriptions on YouTube and he had 120,000.
Okay.
But he actually responded and we talked on the phone and I was like, hey, like, I really want to become a singer. I really want to become a YouTuber. I have so much potential, so many dreams, and I'm hardworking, but I have no connections, and I know I can't do it without it.
Yeah.
And do you maybe know about anything that's going on? And he really believed in me, and I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for him. And he told me about Waksy, the channel that I'm an actress on. So Waksy is like, it's one of the biggest Polish, well, it is, I don't know how to say it. Największy kanał scenkowy szkolny w Polsce.
That's the name.
No, Waksy is the name, but it's the biggest like school-related Polish channel.
Okay.
And it's like internet TV series where I play a schoolgirl and like there's this whole school drama going on.
I saw.
Yeah, and the show has been on for like 7-8 years.
It gives a little bit of Disney vibe, but like Polish version.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm one of the main actresses there, and that happened because of the guy that I just mentioned, Ryan. He knew them. Yeah, shout out to you, Ryan. Thank you so much. He called them, and he's like that, you know, he has an actress for them because currently the main actress, Paulina Soboń, was in, she was very advanced in her pregnancy, and they needed like
in the camera.
Well, no, it was fine, but it's like there's only so many episodes that they can use a situation for, and she also, you know, was about to give birth, so she had different priorities, and stuff like that. And he's like, you know what? This is one of like the biggest Polish channels. I know that they're looking for an actress. Let me contact you. And they invited me. I went 3 times on set in Warsaw. And after that, we were already negotiating my contract to be signed for several years. I literally, like, out of nowhere, got to be like one of the main actresses on one of the biggest Polish channels. So I'm so grateful, so happy, so lucky. And thanks to that, I was able to, be a part of the mainstream, internet, Polish internet, stuff like that. So obviously, this is just the beginning. I don't think that, there are way bigger influencers than me, and this is just the beginning of my journey. But I'm happy about this opportunity, and I gave it my 200%, and I'm giving it every single day.
And you were pushing for something, but I feel like the universe had other things also planned out for you. And it just means that even if your dream to be, this one of a kind singer, it didn't mean like the universe had something else for you. And sometimes you have to go through to get to where you need to
I learned so much, and I met so many people. So I think I hope sooner or later I will manage to achieve my dreams. But this was definitely like a very big push. And, thanks to that, I can make money off of social media and have an amazing job that I love, which is, entertaining people. So I'm very grateful. But again, this would have not happened if I would not give up, because I had a YouTube channel.
If you wouldn't have written to him, if you would have, oh my God, he has so much followers.
Yeah.
Make it like, so
exactly
that you believed in yourself just a little bit, like, what if? Throw it out there. Sometimes you need to be a little bit delusional.
Oh yeah, I'm so delusional. It helps so much.
You need to have a bigger dream, because even if you don't attain it somewhere,
even halfway is great. Exactly. And I had a YouTube channel for like 4 years, and the views were like, sometimes it was 50,000, sometimes it was like 1,000. So it was like very, but because I didn't give up for 4 years, even though it was really tough to even have motivation to post, I wouldn't be here where I am today. I would not get that chance if I wasn't hardworking from the beginning. So yeah, consistency, never giving up, because if you just don't put things out there, like, they're never gonna, come to you.
That's true. I actually wanted to even ask you, piggybacking on that, like, what is your advice for younger girls out there, who want to be, doesn't even have to be singing or acting, but maybe in the, art industry, entertainment industry. I mean, you've kind of pretty much said some few things like consistency and never giving up, but do you have any other specific advice for
Of course.
out there?
Yeah, so first of all, don't ever give up, because only the strongest will survive and achieve their dreams. No matter, I don't know, like, even if you're not succeeding, I feel like if you don't stop doing one thing consistently, you will finally succeed at it. Obviously, try to be smart about it. It's also about work smart, not just hard. Another thing is just don't care about other people, like their negative opinions, unless it's feedback.
Right.
But just do your thing. I hate to say it, but we're all going to die. It's not going to matter in about 50, 60 years. So just do your thing.
That's true.
Because without that drive, that motivation, I don't feel like it's just, I don't know, like, I would not have the drive to get up every single morning without dreams. And we really need a dream in order to be happy.
That's true. I've heard about some people having their whole, dream board, the goals that you want to achieve and stuff. So if that helps you, always have that where you can kind of look at when you wake
know where you're going.
Yes. Have a goal, have a plan.
Exactly. Surround yourself by people that are more successful than you. It's also all about connections, but it's not about just, using people. It's about, giving things in return as well. Just being loyal. So maybe you sometimes don't have as much to offer, but you should always, offer help, or maybe there's something you can do.
Time,
yes, exactly. And when you have options, thanks to these people, you should also, give them more options. So it's also about being loyal.
That's a great idea. Like, advice.
Yeah,
loyalty. That's something instantly, because I know a lot of people, sometimes they make it, but then they forget, like, people who kind of put
I hate that,
or their platforms. So if you don't give your flowers to who were there before you, it's like,
Exactly. And I believe in karma. So I think that these people will get their karma, you know, in some way. But besides, what's so fun in being successful if you can't share it? And how are you supposed to have friends? Like, are you going to be successful and rich and alone?
Boring. You're like, yes, it's boring. It's nice to have friends who can do stuff because then you can enjoy together.
Exactly. Yeah. But I would also say that you have to, you can't just take pride in doing everything on your own. I mean, you can, but it's going to be so much harder. And I think there's nothing wrong with having people help you. Like, I would not be where I am today. And I talk about it very often that I am so grateful that people helps me. And that's why I also want to help people. If I have options, I believe in them. I help, but I also see whether they want to, you know, just use me or if they're actually also trying to do something in return. I think we should all be just, you know, helping each other out,
uplifting each other.
Exactly. And yeah, again, select the people you are around. Don't listen to words, look at actions. Actions speak louder than words. And that goes to anything, whether it comes to friendships, relationships, business. Always look at actions. They will tell you everything about the person.
Amazing. Like, this was a lot, but I hope you can pick one or two things. Just pick something and go hard on it and stick to it. But that was good from you. I love that.